Yes.
Good.
You just want to go ahead and jump over to the third slide. That would be great. I wanted to start off this morning for all of you customers with a quote, a couple quotes that have come from the executives at SAP. All of you have invested heavily into SAP Business One for your businesses, whether you're a new customer or whether you've been using our system for almost 20 years now. And we have many companies that have been with us since 2005. Their businesses have grown exponentially. They've seen great uh, advancement by using Business One. And we really want you to know that we appreciate your business and that this is a solution that is extremely important to SAP. It fits into a marketplace that no other solution at SAP fits into. So it's certainly here to stay. It supports our volume business, and it actually is really the net new name driver for SAP. Every year, we bring more net new names to SAP than any other solution that SAP has. As you can see, that Jan Gillig, who is the President and Chief Product Officer for our Cloud ERP solutions. Jan is also responsible for all ERP solutions at SAP, not just Business One. So you can see that this is a critical solution to SAP. If you want to move to the next slide, Clara. Thomas Saucering is actually on our executive board at SAP, and this is a quote that he recently published to LinkedIn. It's rather lengthy, so I don't want to go through the entire quote with you, but he reiterates to everyone the importance of SAP Business One to, to our channel, to our partners, and to our customers. Um, so please go out and research this name and follow him on LinkedIn because he is out there posting with updates on Business One on a regular basis. And so please reach out and follow him. So as I was saying, SAP finds Business One is an extremely important solution to us. And the reason it is, as you can see, we have over 80,000 customers that use Business One. It's our best selling ERP solution above and beyond any other solution that we have at SAP. SAP is known as an enterprise company, and we have some of the largest customers in the world running SAP solutions. But by sheer number, Business One is the best selling ERP solution. We have 1.2 million users. We also have a number of large enterprises that use Business One within their subsidiaries. So it's a critical solution to our large enterprises as well. We come to market through our partner channel, like a partner with Consensus. We feel like we can reach our customers and provide better service by working with the partners that work with you each and every single day. We have over 300 partners that developed over 500, more than 500 solutions that extend the capability of Business One. Business One is available in 50 countries. It supports 28 languages and used in over 170 countries. Would like to go to the next slide, please? So this solution has evolved over the years, right? So many of you that have been using it since the beginning, we started with a Business One core. It was based on SQL. And many of the extensions that you probably use today were developed in the SDK. HANA was later developed, which gave a lot of extensibility to our solution, was able to deliver better analytics to our customers and a better web interface. We're continuing to invest in this solution by and offering a low-cost solution, a better usability with a web client, and of course, running on continuing to run on our state-of-the-art technology, HANA. If you'd like to move to the next slide, please. Today, you're going to learn about some of the innovations that are going to be coming to Business One. We are continuing to invest in the web client so that every single possible screen within Business One will be able to be accessed via the web. That extension will continue to be updated and offered. And in our latest release, our feature pack 2405, We added increased in integration and extensibility and increased analytics. Next slide, please, Clara. We also added better security to the system so that you don't have to worry about your solution being secure. There's enhanced sign-in. Next slide, please. Clara, next slide, please. Can you hear me?
Yes, I lost you there
Okay.
for a moment, Beth. I
No
think it,
problem. Let me
okay.
know if you don't
Could be
hear
you
me, if
because
you're not hearing me speaking.
yes, we can hear you. You can hear you. Yes,
Okay,
we
Okay,
great.
haven't.
good,
Thank
Yeah,
Mauricio.
we haven't lost you.
good, good.
Okay, great. One of the newest technologies that we are offering for SAP Business One is our BTP, Business Technology Platform. This is something that you're going to be learning about today further. BTP is a platform that brings together applications development, automation, data management. It allows for analytics. It gives Business One AI capabilities. It's a very comprehensive platform. And the great thing about this platform is that all SAP ERP solutions are based on BTP. So it allows for integration amongst any SAP solution that we have available. And it allows your partner to bring to you advanced analytics, advanced AI capabilities, which we'll be learning about later today. Next slide, please. Along with this, you can build complete applications, you can automate your processes, and you can design business sites with this automation tool. Next slide, please. Also, along with Business One, we're going to be offering robotic process automation so that you can automate some of the labor-intensive tasks that you currently have to do manually with your solution. These can all be automated with our intelligent automation for Business One. You'll be learning about this in some further sessions today. On to product direction. These are going to be areas of future investment in Business One. We're going to be offering a further global and highly scalable real-time ERP, streamlining the customer value by leveraging Business One, creating further ability for extensions and flexible deployment on cloud or on premise, whichever fits your model better. Next slide. And of course, we have a roadmap to continue to support the future of Business One. The roadmap is currently published through 2027. This roadmap is updated every 6 months and will continue with the enhancements of version 10 and the future release of version 11 to be announced later this year. You can always find this information available to you on sap.com. This is public information, and you can always find what the latest roadmap is available and what's planned for Business One. Our next release is 2502, which will be in February 2025. And within this release, you will see extended usability support, extended business coverage, further analytics, further extensibility of the web client delivering more access to the web client, and user-defined tables and object settings. We also will continue to have innovations to lifecycle management and core processes. Further planned innovations to the web client. Next slide. Planned innovations to extensibility. And increased single sign-on experience for all Business One components. We also have continued innovations to further bring Business One to the cloud. So thank you very much. Whoops, go ahead. I hope you all are excited to learn about the great features that you're going to be seeing in the presentations further this afternoon. I thank you for your time, and over to you, Mauricio.
Thanks so much, Beth. We truly appreciate you being with us. For those of you who I have not the pleasure to meet in person, my name is Mauricio Castrillon. I'm the president of Consensus. Beth, being such a young lady, has been with us the entire journey. By the way, Consensus is going to be turning. We're gonna celebrate, a major milestone in February. I'll share a little bit with you in a second. But ever since we started the operation in here in North America in very early 2007, we've been closely working with Beth, and she's been and her leadership has had significant impact in the SAP Business One ecosystem, of course, not only in the US, but in Canada as she leads the North American operation. So thanks so much, Beth. I truly appreciate it. And it's been great working with you. And of course, the entire SAP team, they've been absolutely fantastic. What I would like to do now is to share my screen real quick. I hope you can see my screen there, everyone.
Yes, we can see it.
All right, fantastic. So what I'm gonna be sharing with you over the next half hour, 40 minutes or so is what's the latest with Consensus, what's happened, what is the economic situation that, as usual, I like to stress out or try to highlight the both political and economical environment in which we all operate, not only here in the U.S. but also worldwide, as some of you are international companies and operate elsewhere, and all of you, one way or the other, are affected by things that are happening elsewhere in the world. So we're going to touch a little bit about that so that you can understand a little better. In case you're not aware of the risks that we're having, and of course the positive trends going forward. We always start these type of gatherings by reinforcing that Consensus International is a values-based organization. We have an acronym that we use internally. It's called CTEC. So not necessarily represent them in order because there is no specific order, but this is something that we do. We are creative and proficient. We work as a team, not only as a team within Consensus, with using the expertise of the different people and talents that we have in our organization. Also, we have significant, but again, teamwork with all of you. Empathy. We try to wear the shoes that you wear, so that we can feel the little uncomfortable issues that you're facing. Everything that we do because of you, and of course, in the DNA of our organization is honesty and integrity. What's happened last year? We've had a very good year. We stabilized our organization. We're 32 people in all, we have grown around 20%, a little over 20%. In US dollars, this is a a very significant number, and there are several things that we have worked on. Some of them, of course, is the customer support team. So for all of you, making sure that the phenomenal solution that you are using to run your operations works well all the time, and that anytime there is an issue, or sometimes even you send us questions through our support team and support portal, we try to be as proactive and as agile as possible. We added not only functional but technical skills. So we added another member to our organization. We have closed in the past year close to 2,500 tickets, and we have improved with the use of some artificial intelligence and the tools that we used for our ticketing system by 46%, which is amazing. All in all, we ask you questions. How do you feel about the service that you had? And as you can see in the graph, 93% of respondents says that interaction with our team was easy. And so we appreciate that feedback, and please be as candid and as open as you can. Our continuous user enablement program with our website is continuously expanding. So please go to our website and explore the wealth of knowledge that we have there, videos and documents that will help you have a better experience with SAP Business One in your own organizations. In addition to that, in the past year, we have added, based on SAP's trend with the tool business technology platform, we added resources for us to develop these loosely coupled apps that take advantage of some of these tools that are the backbone of SAP's artificial intelligence tools. I'm going to touch a little bit on that later on in the presentation. One of them is we developed a tool that you can enjoy. Please reach out to us if there is something that we can do to help you extract and incorporate your AP invoices from your vendors into SAP Business One in an automatic fashion. We can do this, but by extracting from your email account these documents, and then analyzing and importing these invoices automatically into SAP Business One for you to process. In addition to that, we have developed additional integrations with at-site systems, and you'll hear more about that in the near future. So we're very, very excited about all of that. As I mentioned before, we added the talent in our organization. Bruno Molinari, he's a master developer. He's been working with us this year, and he's been along with Richard Calvo, the brains behind this IP invoice extraction tool that we can offer you at this point. In addition to that, in this year, we were recognized in the SAP Partner Summit that we had the highest growth in North America, again, both in the US and Canada. And we added one of the highest number of net new companies that started using SAP Business One. In addition to that, we have strengthened our relationship with our strategic business partners. One of them, of course, is Volume, the largest provider of apps, production and warehouse management systems, and overall user extensibility and with their B1App solution. In fact, tomorrow we're going to be giving a presentation about this very powerful tool, B1App. Volume recognized Consensus as a leading contributor this year as well, so we're very proud about that. So along with Volume and our colleagues from WISES for the warehouse management systems, codeless platforms for integrations and automations, we're very excited to offer you phenomenal solutions. Now let's take a look at what's going, looking outwards and a little bit backwards to see where we are, where we're going, and a last message that I want to leave you with. Again, the name of the game today is artificial intelligence. It was a buzzword in the past, not anymore. Last year, I shared these numbers with you, and in last year's presentation, I mentioned how the IMF had a consensus, pun intended, that the economic situation around the world was better than originally expected. Back in 2022, the world's economy, including U.S. economy, was supposed to have a not a hard but a soft landing. There were, back from the COVID pandemic days, there were significant issues that we had in terms of inflation, and that hit the U.S. and of course the rest of the world in a major form. So what happened then is that the landing that we were expecting in 2023 did not happen, and the numbers that we were expecting from the previous years improved significantly. So take a look at the graph in the left-hand side, the one in light blue, where you can see on 2023 we were supposed to grow the GDP, so to speaking, for the world was going to be 3.0. Well, that number ended up being 3.3. Now, if you go back, the number of the outlook for 2024 was 2.9, and not only it surpassed the number, but it's at 3.2%. And the number that the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, is expecting for next year, for 2025, is 3.3. The numbers for the US are, as I mentioned, way better than we anticipated. For 2024, as you can see in the United States graph, we were supposed to grow 1.5. Well, that 1.5 added more than a whole percentage point to 2.6%. And we expect a growth of 1.9%. The numbers in the right-hand side, specifically for the emerging and developing Asia, that includes, for the most part, China, are better than we were anticipating, and they're quite strong. A weak China, economically speaking, is not good for the world's economy. So yeah, there are headwinds, if you will, but the numbers are again, much better than we were originally anticipated. Not only the results that we had last year, but the expectation for what is coming this year. But this year we're facing, headwinds. The elections in the U.S. Have been a little bit of a turmoil, if for a lack of to say the least. But I believe once the dust is settled, we're going to continue with the same macroeconomic, for the most part, policies that will not bring significant change in this outlook. We're going to see tomorrow the first cut by the interest rates from the Federal Reserve. They're expecting to make an announcement tomorrow, and the reason we're expecting all to have a cut, probably in the 0.25% of a percentage point, is because the inflation, for the most part, has been controlled. So we are, even though we're hearing in the campaign, the political campaign, that inflation has been a major issue. It has been, but the truth of the fact is that inflation has been going down steadily since last year, and the Fed has recognized that and needs to inject a little bit of a stimulus, if you will, by cutting again this percentage point. It is anticipated that we might see a whole percentage point before the end of the year. I'm not sure how much of that is going to happen, but probably 0.75 interest rates, and that will result in probably your credit card interests should be going down a little bit. The mortgage rates should be going down a little bit, which will give the American public, extra money, extra cash, if possible, to stimulate the economy and spend and so forth, which is the objective of the Fed. So the good news is that the soft landing didn't happen. The growth next year is in the world is going to be very positive. In the U.S., it's going to be a little lower than this year, but this year has been phenomenal, as we were expecting a significant lower growth this year compared to what we're going to have next year. So this is phenomenal. In terms of the outlook, what's going to happen? What are the risks and what are the bright spots? And I'm going to try to be as quick as possible so that we don't spend as much time on this. But the election year is USA versus itself. A lot of turmoil on this. Let's hope we get over these next 5 weeks, 6 weeks, and then we'll continue doing business as usual. What we've seen since the last time we talked, of course, the Middle East conflict. There is not a clear path to a resolution, specifically in the with the Israel and the Palestinian community. Significant change, a significant issue there. Also, Ukraine and Russia, the war continues. Ukraine has made advances this time into Russian territory, which is quite impressive. And with the support of the Western world, they've been able to contain the Russia's invasion, and we hope that next year there will be some type of negotiation. So far, very far from that. China's economy has proven to be a little better than was originally anticipated. What are the bright spots? Economy. The U.S. economy is exceptionally strong. The USA and China relationships, even though China has signed treaties and agreement with Russia. The relationships with China, and there have been meetings between President Biden and President Xi Jinping. They have met, and the tense relationships have softened a little bit. We've had and will have stability elections in India, the European Union, Indonesia, and the ones that we had in Mexico. And the brightest spot is technology, artificial intelligence. Specifically, we have the issues in USA versus itself in the election year. There have been, the public perception of major institutions is going down. The good news is that there is nothing but going up from this on end, and we are at the end of this tumultuous election year. I already spoken about Israel and Palestine, and there doesn't seem to be any type of clear negotiations that have been championed by the U.S. and by Qatar, and hopefully they will sit down and agree on and of course, on Israel's right to defend itself and an independent state of Palestine. In terms of Ukraine, Russia, I already mentioned, some people say, Ukraine give what Putin has invaded, and let's put an end to it. Of course, this would not create a good precedent, because once that happens, there are a number of border countries, including countries in the NATO alliance, in the European Union, that could easily be the next ones. Poland being the next one country over in the west, in the west of Ukraine. So that cannot happen. There needs to be some type of negotiation, and perhaps the economic turmoil that Russia should be experiencing over the next few months could be the trigger to some type of negotiation. The result, it's not going to be positive. China's economy has been very, very powerful. The negative GDPs have turned into positive GDPs, and we're expecting growth in the numbers of +5, which is a phenomenal number. Now, the bright spots, again, as I mentioned, the world economy and the U.S. economy that is exceptionally strong compared to what we were expecting before, and again, this is counter to what you're hearing in the election this year. The economy is way better than what was expected. This is not my opinion. This is the International Monetary Fund's numbers. U.S.-China relationships have been very positive again, and the elections, there will be, for the first time, if I'm not wrong, a female president in Mexico, a Jewish lady, again, with the same party of Manuel López Obrador, but things are stable in that front, so this is very positive. Now, technology. Artificial intelligence is the name of the game. And you can see a number, and you understand a number of benefits that AI brings to businesses. And this is the issue here is that this is not a buzzword. We can do that. That is the reality, and I'll explain a little bit about that. Back in the day, I mentioned how SAP was bringing, and when we at Consensus were bringing the significant efforts into helping you reach the intelligent enterprise state, and I couldn't say it any louder. Please reach out to us. We have tools. SAP has tools. We can help you walk the ladder up towards an intelligent enterprise, and eventually the adoption of artificial intelligence. SAP's tools in response to, or at least one of them, to artificial intelligence are the tools that they have within the business technology platform, with which we have developed the tool that I mentioned around AP invoices extraction, creation, using tools to try to predict information and to pick information from several sources of AP invoices coming from all of your vendors. So that is significant. I mentioned, and for those of you who were with us last year as well, that in the entire continuum of technology that you have, the center of it are the intelligence systems. The intelligence suite that you can see on top is the it's business one, is your core, your digital core, which is business one and other e-commerce, for instance, sites that you have that you connect to. At the bottom is the platform, and whether you run your own servers, your own systems, or you run on the cloud, the trend is always to run on the cloud. So we invite you to explore that. We have a cloud solution for you. For those of you who are exploring to move away from your own internal servers, own internal systems into a cloud platform, so you can forget about infrastructure and maintenance and backups and all those kind of things. But core to this is the intelligence systems. What is it that you can do to take advantage of technology systems? And as Beth introduced and mentioned, the business technology platform is the tool from SAP, but it's not the only component of the entire continuum. And we introduced last year that we had tools in artificial intelligence, robotic process automation, and of course, business process automations. This year, we have added integrations. We have added improved user experience. And we have added, and we're adding additional tools around artificial intelligence. But let's explore what is artificial intelligence. And allow me to borrow this document from McKinsey. McKinsey is one of the leading consulting firms in the world. And they say that from machine learning operations, and the organizational change to ethical considerations and emergency use cases, artificial intelligence latest thinking on how organizations can most effectively and responsibly use AI to create value. But what does this mean? So according to our colleagues from McKinsey, there are actually 7 components. The 6 ones on the right-hand side is let's touch base on the common understanding. What is artificial intelligence? So for those of you who are not familiar with the fact, is artificial intelligence is the machine's ability to perform some cognitive functions, usually associated with human minds and human tasks, right? That's artificial intelligence. That concept started being coined back in the late 50s. But it's only in the past few years when the whole thing really took a life of its own. And if it took a life of its own when people started talking about ChatGPT. You've all heard of it, but what is ChatGPT? Let me get into that. The foundation of the entire artificial intelligence continuum is the tokenization. So what is tokenization? So in essence, what you want to have is large volumes of data, large volumes of text, graphics, videos, information in general, information from ERP systems such as Business One, and trying to bring all of these together so that the interaction with them can be significantly better for us. So what happens is what was developed were tools or algorithms to graph large volumes of text, manuals, and the like, and doing a tokenization, which is nothing more than assigning, based on an algorithm, a number to a word or to elements of a word, so that these tokens, along with the other algorithms, can predict what is the best answer to a question that you might have. And this is when we introduce the large language models, LLM. And the large language model is nothing but a way for people to interact with these artificial intelligence systems using regular languages as we speak. So you go into Google and say, I want to know what blah 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 blah. These type of tools allow you to interact with that, grab large numbers of data, spread out even in a number of neural systems, and bring you information that is relevant to you. And how it does that? Well, then you need machine learning. And machine learning is one of these forms of artificial intelligence in which you grab a number of input data, large data sets, and protocols and human instructions, and gives you and allows that system to learn or to interpret or to predict what should be a better way of a response. Deep learning is the next step. It's another version of machine learning, but it's wider in scope. So you not only have in machine learning, a subset of text or specific data, but now we're talking about large forms of text, large forms of unstructured data, including images and videos. And these require less human intervention. At the end, what you get is more accurate results than traditional machine learning. The next step forward is the generative artificial intelligence, AI, or Gen AI. I mentioned before ChatGPT. Well, ChatGPT is a Gen AI tool. And with these tokenizations, you can create new content. You can include audios, videos, images, code that can be generated, text simulations to give us answers or give us results similar to what a limited human being could do, but at speeds that were not easily anticipated. All of you know about ChatGPT. Well, ChatGPT, if you're not familiar with it, your children are. Every single essay that your children wrote last year probably had a component of ChatGPT, because ChatGPT can write phenomenal essays for children. Now schools are trying to stay away from these practices of asking for an essay or a paper on a specific topic, because in minutes, a child can produce something phenomenal. Now they need to understand what's going on there and use these technologies to create things. I was at a course and with some of your leaders as well at Harvard this past month, and speaking to a professor, they specifically mentioned the fact that they are switching the way in which they evaluate applicants, high school seniors that apply to Harvard. And now they don't want to know what good of an essay necessarily. They still want to see an essay, how good of an essay they write. They want to know how they have used artificial intelligence tools to create things. That is what Harvard University is concentrating on now as a means to for students to be accepted at Harvard. In my daughter's school, the English teacher is not asking them to write essays anymore. Well, they write some essays, but in the classroom. So there are significant advantages that are going to happen. Now in the business world, and I'm going to show you a couple examples, there are things with Gen AI that we are bringing to you today. Now, since these machine learning algorithms are critical because you input large volumes of data, as if you were making a cooking some pasta in the kitchen, the marinara sauce you can grab the one from the supermarket and dump it in, or you can buy the ingredients, cut them yourselves and so forth, and the marinara sauce is gonna taste better. And if you have access to an orchard, for instance, and you grow your own tomatoes and onions and so forth, your marinara sauce is going to be significantly better. So those are the inputs that are being worked on to make Gen AI, machine learning, deep learning better. So the name of the game for future professionals are prompt engineering, which means how do we make this raw volumes of data better so that the outputs are better? Because as you can imagine, the risk of all of this is that sometimes the responses that we might get could be wrong. Why? Because some of the input was not necessarily as good an input as we were expecting. Now companies are investing significantly in prompt engineering. So these are people that are evaluating these sources of information, and they are creating new prompts so that the output of these Gen AI tools is way better in the future. At the end, the ultimate goal is to have artificial general intelligence, AGI, not much artificial intelligence, but artificial general intelligence. And the objective there is to have technology tools that can mimic the human brain. We are decades and perhaps centuries away from that, but make no mistake, it's going to happen. As we mentioned, we used ChatGPT tool. This is what's in it for you. We use ChatGPT tools to grab all kinds of, as you can see in the lower right-hand side, an invoice from a company, a PDF file, but the next company can have a significantly different format. These tools are smart enough to recognize these patterns, the name of the company, the name of the product that or the service that you're in that is being invoiced to you, the quantities, the dates, and the volumes, and so forth, and translate that into an AP invoice that you can process automatically, and so that we can help you with that. Not only that, but our colleagues from Web AI have developed what they call waves, and these are Gen AI tools already developed within SAP Business One, so that you can generate better experience for your for your employees, in which they are interacting with SAP Business One in a more natural language. Remember, large language models, they're interacted in more natural language. And with these Gen AI tools, you can do these type of operations, expense recordings from sales orders, from a purchase order. Your customer sends you a purchase order, it grabs that information from a purchase order and creates a sales order for you to manage the entire fulfillment process. Document generation wizards, activity creations, and service call automatic creation. These are very, very powerful tools that are going to shorten your business, your processes, your business cycles, that are going to improve the way that your customers interact in their day-to-day life with SAP, and of course, reduce these cycles so that they can have longer coffee, or process a lot more volume, as that's what we want, with significant less effort, and requests for approval processes. And they have published a number of tools for these waves to be developed using these Gen AI technologies. So again, as I mentioned, artificial intelligence, generative AI, I'm sorry, it's not a buzzword, it's a reality. Please reach out to us. So we'll be more than glad to help you. Last comment that I wanted to make, and again, I'm using from our friends at McKinsey. The impact of Gen AI, or artificial intelligence, in organizations is twofold. One of them is you're going to be able to enjoy cost decreases, what we call efficiencies. And then you're going to be able to increase revenue or effectiveness in a significant manner. It's the name of the game. It's here. So let's take advantage of it. It's been my pleasure to be with you today, and we're looking forward to working with you over the next years in this continuum with this very modern and SAP's critical solution for small and medium-sized companies, SAP Business One.